Alright, so I've been asked to remove some difficult to access window roller shutters. So we've got to get these all the way down to there. Right, so we removed the first window roller shutter quite successfully. It was a bit tricky to get down because it was a full curtain roll inside the pelmet, so it did weigh a reasonable amount to be up this high. So I thought I would film removing the second window roller shutter. So we need to start by setting up our extension ladder and removing the pelmet cover. It's got 4 rivets and they can be drilled out with a small drill bit from about 3.5 millimeters upwards. Now this roller shutter is stuck down, the motor has failed, the owners just want them removed. They're going to put some blinds up instead. That's why I'm leaning against the main shutter curtain because it doesn't matter. Alright, so the pelmet covers off. We're removing the 3 attachment springs that attach the axle to the top slat of the roller shutter curtain. And once that's done, we can knock off the main pelmet out of the tracks. So it's not coming out too bad. The motor side on the left is a bit stiff, but I eventually got it free. So now it's just attached to the power wires. So we've shut the power off and we're just going to use some side cutters and snip the 4-core cable, which runs down to the switch inside, and we'll deal with that later. So the cable's snipped. So this is pretty lightweight compared to the other roller shutter. But we're not going to throw this down. It does weigh a bit too much to throw down onto the floor. So we're going to go down and pop this away for now. So that's only one climb down. Now we're just going to adjust the extension ladder above the slats. I reckon I might pull these slats out from the top of the track a few at a time and just chuck them down onto the floor. Yeah, that shade sail is a bit annoying. There's not much room for access here. To get a good angle on the ladder, it's a very tight squeeze in between that shade sail. Alright, so pulling out the slats about 4 or 5 at a time. And then these are held in, they actually slide together and they're held in each side by a little clip that's stapled in. It's just plastic, so a good shove, that clip will break and they'll slide out. And then we'll just throw these bunches onto the floor. It's just paving, so nice and strong. These are only aluminium with foam infill, so quite light, but very noise resistant and shuts out all the light. Alright, so the next batch of 3 or 4 slats down they go. Oh, I reckon I got those right on top of the other ones. So we just keep pulling the slats out of the track, rolling up 3 or 4, maybe 5. There's not much room between the ladder and the shutter slats. If I went up any higher with the extension ladder, the angle would be too great and I couldn't quite squeeze past the shade sail. So that's why there's not much room just above the roller shutter. And there's only about a 600mm gap between the carport and the lattice work, so we couldn't get any mechanical lifters or hydraulic lifters in here. So it's all done by hand with an extension ladder. Bit hairy up there when you're not used to heights, but someone's got to do it. So that's the final batch of window slats from the roller shutter. So now all we have to do is remove the tracks from the sides. 3 Phillips head screws that are screwed into plastic wall plugs. They normally come out pretty easy. As long as you've got the right Phillips head bit and it doesn't slip, you can get some real dodgy ones. So just make sure you have a nice, good quality screwdriver bit that fits. Alright, the second roller shutter track is off. So we've just taped up that wiring and popped it through the wall, and then we'll go around. So oh, there, look at that. That's where the tether comes in handy. That shade sail totally knocked off my impact driver from my tool belt. and it got saved by the rope. So that's why you need a tether on your tools when you're working at heights. And this new tool bag has come in super handy as well. Only made one trip up and down that ladder. Look at that, not a bad spot to land all the slats as well. Good grouping there. Alright, so 2 roller shutters removed. Awesome. Now we've got to pack up. There's the old one all wrapped up nicely from the other side. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe.
Beauty!